Hey everybody, we are now in Unit 10, Lesson 1, Circles and Circumference. So this is not going to be a lot new from middle school. Y'all know what a circle is. You should know how to find circumference, which is diameter times pi. Or if they give you the radius, you got to multiply it times 2 to get your diameter and then times pi. Okay, so let's see. You need to know what a radius is. You need to know what a diameter is. Okay, looks like we're going to get into chords. In concentric circles. Think target sign. You don't know what a target sign is. Looks like a bullseye, right? Those are concentric circles. Okay, so looks like we need to look at some definitions here. A circle is a set of all points in a plane that are the same distance away from a given point. That's called the center, by the way. So the center of the circle. Usually if you are naming a circle, you're gonna name it by the center. You'll have a circle with a dot in the middle and you'll name it by the center. So for instance, this would be circle C because its center is a C. And so it'd be circle C. All right, so the radius is the distance from the center out to the circle. So this is radius CD. This could be CE radius, and of course CF is a radius. AB is not a radius because it does not go through the center. It's not a diameter either because it doesn't go through the center. This is what we call a chord. So if you're wondering what a chord looks like, it's a segment whose both endpoints are on the circle, and it doesn't go through the, well, I guess it could go through the center. Okay, so technically a diameter is a chord. But this is a chord that doesn't go through the center, so this is not a diameter. DE is a chord, but it's the diameter, more importantly, because it goes through the center C. All right, so I think we got that covered. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so you need to know that diameter is twice the radius, but more importantly, circumference is diameter times pi. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I guess it's just going through how to get a diameter from a radius. And honestly, guys, you should know that. Okay, so I'm how to get pi. Well, that's circumference divided by the diameter. That's going to be 3.14. And if you've never been taught this, and it doesn't matter what kind of circle size this is, you always say the circumference of whatever circle you're talking about divided by the diameter. And what you end up with, excuse me, yawning for a second there, is 3.1415962, yada, 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 yada. All right, so let's see. Let's get into example number 1. All right, it says name the circle. All right, well, this would be circle X because you always name it by the center. Identify the radius or a radius. Oh, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 different radii. A chord. Okay, there's a couple of chords. And the diameter. Okay, so 4 radii are, let's see, they go X, V. That's this one. And then they say XT. So XU and XZ. XU. I think that's that one. Yes. And then, what did I say? XZ. Oh, don't forget, these need to be capital letters because we are talking about points. Lowercase letters denote lines. So make sure these are capital. All right, 2 chords. RS is one of the chords. And of course, ZT is another chord. Even though it's the diameter, it is still a chord. So ZT, or you can put TZ. It doesn't really matter as long as it's capital letters. ZT. Okay. Let's see. TZ contains the center, so TZ is the diameter. All right. Okay, looks like that's it for example number 1. Let's go to number 2. All right, use the radius and diameter relationships. All right, so TU is the diameter, QV the radius. This is circle Q because you name the circle by the center. Oh, okay, here's that little symbol I was talking about, the circle with the dot in the middle. So this would be the name of this circle. It'd be circle Q. All right, so the radius Circle Q is 7 feet. All right, so TU being the diameter, you would divide by 2 to get the radius. So Q to T is 7, Q to U is 7, and Q to V is 7. All right, LM. LM is the radius, which means L to J is the radius and L to K is the radius. All right, what is the diameter? Well, if L to J is 11 and L to K is 11, then J to K would be 22. All right. Moving on to my next page, example number 3. Oh, we got a traffic circle. Funny, I actually went through a traffic circle, couple of them, over Thanksgiving break, because I went to go visit my sister who lives in Mississippi, and they put in traffic circles in the town she lives in. All right, so traffic circles, also known as roundabouts, are circular roadways that reflow traffic in one direction around an island. A car enters a traffic circle and is 18 meters from the center of the island. All right, so I'm saying that's your radius. So if you're entering here, you're 18 from the center, that's your radius. If the car drives around the traffic circle till it's back to its original position, what's the circumference? All right. So if they enter and it is 18 meters from the center, that means the diameter would be double 18. All right, so because the car is 18 meters from the center, the radius of the car's path is 18. All right, so we're going to multiply 2 times pi times 18. And 2 times 18 is 36 pi. And so 36 times pi, and it says to use a calculator. Now, listen. Math teachers, if you're brand new, ACT does not do decimals. They're going to leave it as 36 pi. So, if you will, please consider teaching your students to leave it 36 pi. Not only for that reason, but eventually you're going to have some of your students that will take calculus, pre-calculus. You remember leaving things in terms of pi, so get your students ready for this. Leave it 36 pi. But if you're just not comfortable quite there with that yet, it's 11.459, yada, 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 yada. All right, so it's 36 pi, or about 11 point, well, they want me to round it to. Does it say? It doesn't say. 11.5. You're going to round to the 10th. All right. There is that example. If you need another one, go online, you guys. Looks like we're about ready for the check. All right, moving on. So let's see. Automobiles. Many automobiles have customized rims that are attached to wheels and align with the inner edges of the tires. The rim of a tire has a radius of 7.5, which means you're going to multiply that by 2 to get the diameter, and the width of the tire is 6 inches. Find the circumference of the rim. Circumference of the rim. Well, that means that tire has nothing to do with the problem. The 6 has nothing to do with the problem. So I'm going to multiply the 7.5 times 2 to change it to a diameter. So 2 times 7.5 would be 15. And then stick a pi symbol right behind that. So, yeah, there's part A, 15 pi. Again, the problem is asking for the circumference of the rim. That has nothing to do with the tire. It's just the rim only. I have a inkling suspicion part B will deal with the 6. All right, what assumptions did you make about solving or while solving this problem? Select all that apply. Well, let's see. I assume the radius of the tire. I didn't assume anything. They told me it was 7.5. So A is out. I assume that the tire rim is a perfect circle. Well, gosh, let's hope. Because if not, my car gonna be wobbling all down the road. C, I assume the width of the tire. No, it told me the width of the tire, but I didn't even use it for anything anyway, so C is out. D, I assume there was no space between the tire and rim. Again, I didn't worry about that because I don't need the tire for anything, so D is out. I assume the tire and the rim were not the same shape. Well, obviously. Select all that apply. It's not going to let me so auto apply. So I'm going to have to go with B. I assume that the tire rim is a perfect circle. It says all that apply, but it's not going to let me select anything else. So I'm going with B. B it is. All right. Okay, I'm done with that. Number 4. All right. Find diameter and radius. Find the diameter and radius of a circle, the nearest hundredth. That's 2 numbers after the decimal. If the circumference of the circle is 77.8. Okay, well, what that means is I'm replacing C in my formula with 77.8. All right, so let's see. 77.8 equals pi times your diameter. Well, I'm looking for diameter, so I'm going to divide that by pi. So take 77.8, divide by pi. Okay. I need a calculator. Usually I pick mine up, but now I gotta grab my calculator. All right, here we go. 77.8 divided by the pi symbol. Looks like it's about 24.76-ish. 24 point. And again, they want it to the rounded to the hundredth. So it'll be a 4 behind that 6. So it'll be 0.76. Now, I want to find the radius. So I'm going to divide that by 2 to get my radius. And again, rounding that to the hundredth spot. So it'll be 12 point. Now it's a 382, which means the 2 does not make the 8 move. So it'll be 38. All right, so the radius is about 12.38. Again, that's rounded to the nearest hundredth. Okay, looks like we're done with that. We're ready for the check. All right, let's see what we got here. Find the diameter radius of a circle to the nearest hundredth if the circumference of a circle is 94.2. All right, well, once again, we're going to take that 94.2 and we're going to divide by pi to get my diameter. And I get 29.98. Oh, hang on a second. Did I put something wrong in the calculator? All right, so 94.2 divided by pi is 29.98. We got another typo or something? Divide that by 2 to get my radius is about 14.99. Oh. What have y'all done? What have y'all done? All right, select my appropriate estimates. Okay, so I guess this is just an estimate. All right, fine. I'm going to put my real answers here. 29.98. And my radius is about 14.99. So those are my real answers. Here they want estimates. So I guess the closest to 29.9. No. So it looks like it's closer to this one. And yeah, I'm going to say D. That's the closest to the 15.7. So I'm going to go with D. My real answers are 29.98 and 14.99. Okay, need another example? Go online. All right, moving on. What we got here? Pairs of circles. All right, so we're talking about two congruent circles, the same congruent radii. Otherwise, they're all similar. Well, that's absolutely true. All circles are similar, you guys. They have to be the exact same radius or diameter to be congruent circles. So to be concentric circles, you have to have a different radius. So for instance, circle A, there are actually two circle A's here. You got A that has a radius to B, and this, of course, is a smaller radius than A to C, which is much, much longer. So these are concentric circles, but they still are circle A because they both have the same center, circle A and circle A. All right, let's see, example number 5. All right, so what we got going on here? All right, the diameter of circle K is 12, which means from K to D is a 6. All right, the diameter of circle J is 20, which means J to E is 10, and J to D is 8, Well, if J to E is 10 and J to D is 8, then D to E is a 2. Okay. And if K to D is a 6 and this is a 2, then E to K is a 4. What do I got to find? E to K. Oh, well, I just found it. Ha! Woo woo! Go me. Okay, so did not really realize that's what they were solving. So I'll just go through it one more time. Okay. So first off, it says the diameter of circle K is 12. Okay, that means the radius is going to be half of that. That means K to D is a 6. K to D is a 6. Then it says diameter of circle J is 20. That means this point all the way to E is 20, which means the radius is half. J to E is a 10. All right, then it says JD is 8. Well, if J to E is a 10 and J to D is an 8, then 10 minus 8 is 2. That means D to E is a 2. D to E is a 2 because 8 and 2 make 10 total. Well, if D to K was a 6 and D to E is a 2, 6 minus 2 is 4 because 2 and 4 make 6. So E to K is a 4. And they did it. I'm not really sure what they did, but E to K is a 4. Boop. Okay, so let's go back and see what they did. All right, so they said JD and DE is JE. So J to D is an 8 plus some kind of unknown is a 10. Subtract 8 to the other side, you get 2. And I said that DE is 2. All right, then they replaced DE with a 2. They said DE plus EK, which is unknown, is DK. DK is 6 because that's the radius. Half of 12 is 6. Subtract to the other side, you get 4. All right, well, I just kind of talked it through it for, I guess, my auditory learners and for my visual people. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, let's see what is up next. Oh, practice. All right, you guys, the practice is all you. If you have any questions, let me know or ask your teacher. You guys have a great day.